Hi, I'm David and welcome to my studio. Today, I wanted to divert a little bit away from the normal subject of studio tips and tricks and secrets, and I want to go a little bit into the music business and the sort of social skills that you need to kind of get ahead. You know, a lot of guys email me and ask me all the time. They want to know about the business. They want to know, how do I get in? How do I, get work? How do I, get people to pay me to produce their music, either for commercials or for albums? And I'm going to share a little secret, a little tip about how to do that. And the story goes back when I was about 13 or 14. I remember going to a briefing with my dad, and we were going to some client, and they wanted to produce a piece of music. They wanted my dad to produce a piece of music for a commercial, and the brief was country music. And to be honest, in our home, we didn't listen to any country music. We knew nothing about country music. I know for a fact that my dad didn't actually like country music, and here he was getting briefed, and I was a bit confused because suddenly my dad was acting like he knew everything about country music in the brief, in the meeting. He acted like he knew exactly what he was doing. As we walked out of the meeting, I said to my dad, how are you going to do this? Because you don't know anything about country music. Now you're going to create this country music track, and in actual fact you know nothing about it. And my dad taught me a little trick. He said to me, Dave, fake it until you make it. And that's actually the title of this story that I'm telling you now. The idea is that what my dad told me that day was, get the job, get the opportunity, reassure your clients, never ever show fear, never ever show that you can't do it. Always say yes, yes, yes. And at the end, when you're in the situation, when you walk out of that meeting, that's when you start to worry. That's when you say, okay, how am I going to do this? And I remember we bought about 10 country music CDs. We studied them, we analyzed them, we listened to the bass, we listened to the drums, we studied the tempo, we studied the chord structures. Then we went on a path to find, my dad was a great guitarist, by the way, so it was easy to emulate the guitars. But then we needed to find violin samples, to create that authentic country violin effect. So we found some musicians and who could get that same effect. We found similar sounding drums, and at the end of the day, it took us a week. We created an amazing country track that I'm sure even a country expert would not be able to tell was not done by authentic country producers or songwriters. And the point is, when we delivered that track to the client, they were happy, and they were satisfied. And that track landed up being renewed for 20 years. That song has been used on that campaign now for 20 years. My dad is getting money today for a song he wrote 20 years ago. He could have immediately said in the meeting, I don't know, this is not my forte, this is not my strength, I don't think I can do this. But he didn't. He said, yes, I can do it. This isn't a problem. Let's go for it. I can pull this off. Now I'd like to tell you the opposite story. This is a story of a friend of mine that wanted to get into the film industry. He had studied editing, and he'd done a little bit of work shooting weddings, some small time work, and I managed to pull a few strings for him to meet a CEO of a record company, and they were going to give him a music video. This was going to be his first paid commission job that he could shoot as a film director. And I remember we went into the meeting, and the CEO said to my friend, so you're a film director? And he said, well, actually, I'm not really a film director, and I've never actually filmed anything before. I've never actually directed anything by myself on my own, under my own company before. And it's like he emitted this sort of low self-esteem and lack of confidence. And immediately I saw concern and worry in this CEO friend of mine, and I could see that this was going to be a huge problem. In fact, my friend started shaking in the meeting, and that whole situation turned into an absolute disaster. You see, if you don't emit confidence, if you don't show that you are confident and that you definitely can pull this off, then why should they have confidence in you? Why should that band or that company owner, that record label owner, or that corporate marketing manager, why should they have faith in you if you don't emit confidence? So it's important, as I said, fake it until you make it. The only reason I'm a music producer, to be honest with you, is not because I have a certificate. It's not because I you know, there's some like signature or some seal that makes me an official music producer. No, it's because I say I am a music producer. That's what makes me a music producer. Now I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm comfortable, I'm confident, I know what I'm doing. But there was a time that I had to fake it. There was a time that I had to fool everybody that I was a music producer and convince everybody to give me that chance. And once you start to work, once you start to gain your confidence, that's when you start to actually make it. So just remember that whenever you're not sure, whenever you know, feeling low confidence, whenever you have an opportunity, fake it until you make it. Of course, this is for music and film and things like that. If you want to become a brain surgeon, or if you want to go become a heart surgeon, then I suggest you go to university and study and get your certificate. But if you want to be in the field of creativity or art, or even in business, go for it. Fake it until you make it, eh? Cool, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you found that interesting. Another thing I'd like to just offer you is I have a free ebook where I go into a lot of detail about my experience in the music business, also about music production technology, tips and tricks, and the way that you know, modern music has evolved into the way that we work today. And I'd like to share that book with you for free. It's an ebook you can download. So if you just go to my website, it's www.ecomputerrecordingsoftware.com, and you just give me your name and email, subscribe, and I will send you a free ebook called Music Production 101. And I'm sure you're going to like that. You guys are going to love that. Already I'm getting amazing responses for that book. I just want to thank all you guys out there that have written such great responses to me. I really appreciate the support, guys, and I'm going to keep going, and I hope you guys are going to learn a lot through your relationship with me. Anyway, have a good weekend. Ciao.